Good morning, good morning. Um, thank God for life, health, and strength. So this morning, still in the book of Exodus, guys. And I want to read Exodus 14, 15 through 16. That says, Then the Lord said to Moses, Why are you crying out to me? Tell the people to get moving. Pick up your staff and raise your hand over the sea. Divide the water so that the Israelites can walk through the middle of the sea on dry ground. And today, I'm just grateful for God's instruction. Uh, Grateful for the ability to be obedient, and just grateful for just being surrounded by people who are obedient in the spirit. Um, this morning I wasn't even planning on coming into the room because I was trying to give Brittany those a break and not like try to wake them up because I know they was in and out throughout the night. And I just was laying down. I logged into the room, but it was something with. But we know that feeling, like that pulling, you know, to just do it, like just say the verse. So I don't know who the verse was for, but obviously I was pulled into the spirit to read it. And this verse is it's a very powerful verse. When I read it last night, I stopped and I looked at it and I read it again, and it I got so much clarity just like reading it over and over again, right? Because in this particular time, like God had already led them out of the wilderness. Well, God had led them out of Egypt, but He had taken them the long way through the wilderness, right? They were prepared for war. Like the Israelites weren't like no bunch of scary people. You know what I mean? Like they were hard and they were tough. You could imagine people if they could have take beatings from the Egyptians, like and they would have read and they was ready, fed up and ready left. They had already left Egypt prepared for war. But God didn't take them through the war because He said, like I read yesterday, that He didn't want to take them through the war because then they may have wanted to turn back. But in this particular part, they was resting in the wilderness or whatever, and they started to complain and say, "Man, you bring us out here to die in the wilderness instead of carrying us, but we might as well had graves in Egypt." But and Moses was praying and praying and praying to God about it. And God had to remind Moses, He say, Why are you crying out to me? He tell him, say, tell the people to get moving. Get up and go to work. Like ain't really no pie in the sky. Like I provide the resources, like I spoke about yesterday. I provide the resources, I provide the tools for you. I give you the water, I give you the cake mix, I give you the eggs, I give you the milk, I give you everything. But I ain't gonna bake the cake for you. I've already provided you with everything that you need to go out there and get this done. And God reminded Moses, He told Moses to get up and get moving. Go there and part that sea. He was telling Moses that, hey, listen, I already gave you the anointing. I already told you, hey, go there and do this. But I can't push you into that. You need to get up and tell these people, get up and get moving. And that was an important, like I said, it hit me like a ton of bricks because it reminded me that, like a lot of things that I've prayed for, and like I had to reevaluate my prayer life basically, you know, because some of the things that I was praying for, I had already been provided for. It's just I had to get up and I have to get moving. I have to go and put in the work now. So it was just a good reminder to me to reevaluate the things that I pray for because I might be praying for things that God already gave me. You know what I mean? You might pray for money, but God gave you an idea. You may pray for healing, and God already told you to change your diet. You might be praying for something that God has already equipped you with the tools to accomplish. So when we get the opportunity, if we have the opportunity this weekend, God's willing, sit down and evaluate your prayer life and then evaluate your real life, everything around you, and look around you And if you have to use a piece of paper or something and write it down, and you'll be shocked to see how many of these things you could tick off of your prayer box because God has already provided you with the tools to get this done. So thank you again for everyone for the opportunity to speak. I love each and every one of you. I'm Kerry and I relinquish my mic.